What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertrum. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for MELTY BLOOD Type LUMINA. Ugh. So, dear viewer, don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Now, MELTY BLOOD might be possibly the single most disgusting name for a video game I have ever heard. I mean, melted blood? Not only does that conjure a rather disgusting image, but it also doesn't make any sense. Now, I am not a scientist, but I think I can say with some degree of certainty that blood does not melt. Anyway, so what the hell is MELTY BLOOD Type LUMINA? Hell, I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. First of all, let me ask you a question. Can you see the gameplay here? You can. Splendid, splendid. And do you see the two figures here? The two kind of cartoon-looking characters beating the shit out of each other? You do? Splendid. Well, that is MELTY BLOOD Type LUMINA in a nutshell. That's right, dear viewer. This is a beat-em-off game. And what is a beat-em-off game? Well, I'm sure you're all professional beaters in your own right, so I probably don't have to tell you what a beat-em-off game is. But for the village idiots among you, a beat-em-off game is a video game in which you will be doing precisely that. Beating off. But you will not be beating off alone, dear viewer. No. You will be beating off people online, mostly, because that's the way people like to play these beat-em-off games. By going online and beating other players off. Understand? Good. So, this being a standard beat-em-off game, albeit more Japanese anime looking with more kind of cartoony looking characters and all of the women, this of course being very Japanese inspired, all of the women have heaving bosoms, which is rather appropriate for a beat 'em off game. Because there's nothing worse when you're trying to beat 'em off than having to stare at ugly female video game characters. Yes. So there's the standard arcade mode, which they call a story mode here. But frankly, it has about as much story as the instructions on the back of a tampon box. There's a tutorial mode, there's a practice mode, and of course there's the online mode that I was telling you about earlier, where you go on and you beat off people from many different countries around the world. And I'm sure you'll have fun doing it. Beating off the players from the other countries, I mean. So what else can I tell you about MELTY BLOOD? Oh yes, and of course, in participating in the arcade mode and fighting online and then doing ranked matches and all that other bullshit, you earn points that you can use to buy concept art and videos and sound file things and other assorted goodiness. So, if you like beat-em-off games, then I'm sure you'll enjoy this one. Particularly if you are fond of the Japanese brand of beat-em-off games. Haha, Therefore, I declare that Melty Blood type Lumina is pretty good. So, there you... What? I was calling it what? No, I... Beat 'em up. What? Are you sure that's the name? No, are you absolutely sure? Like last week when you told me that there's such a thing as sharks that can walk on land. Oh no, you were making that up, but you're not making this up. Alright. Okay. Little correction I've got to do here. Apparently, this type of video game is called a beat 'em up, not a beat 'em off. Apparently, that's something completely different, and you most certainly do not want to be beating off people online. Not unless they're paying you to do so. Anyway, if you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.